What's going on, guys? Alex here with TFL Car. We've been waiting a super long time for this, but it's finally here. Right behind me, the 2023 Nissan Z. And it's right here in the flesh. So in this video, we're gonna actually get up close and personal, jump all around it, see what it's all about, because so far we've just done studio videos and really haven't been able to touch it up close. So let's jump right in. So after years of anticipation, the replacement to the 370Z is finally here. And we kind of thought it was gonna be called the 400Z. It is not. It is now, moving forward, just the Nissan Z. So we're ditching all the numbers and you just get one letter instead. This is the 7th car in the Z family, and it's going to arrive in spring 2022 as a 2023 model. Now, if this looks very familiar, it's because it should. This is pretty much the same exact design we saw in the Z Proto that Nissan's been teasing for quite a long time now, and I think that's a really good thing. This design is awesome. I really like the kind of modern retro look they went for this car, and there's a lot of styling cues pulled from older Z cars, so the look is really cool and definitely has a lot of heritage thrown into it. That's especially noticeable up front when you look at the headlights, so they have a similar shape to some of the old Z cars, but of course they're modernized and full LEDs. And same thing with the rear end, definitely a throwback to some of the older cars, but still a very modern looking taillight and a modern looking rear end. One of the most important things you need to know about this new Z is what's under the hood. So you're looking at a 3-liter twin-turbo V6. It's pretty much exactly what we were expecting. This is the VR30 DDTT engine, which is the same engine they use in the Q50 and the Q60 Red Sport. In this application, it's making 400 horsepower and 350 foot-pounds of torque, which, by the way, is 18 horsepower more than the Supra, but 18 foot-pounds less torque than the Supra. All right, let's jump into the interior of this new Z for the first time, see what it's all about. Now, here's the big news that makes me and probably all you Z fans really happy. 6-speed manual transmission is available on this new Z. It is a close ratio manual transmission with a high performance clutch, available with synchro rev match, just like in the old 370Z. And the manual models also get a carbon fiber composite drive shaft. So super cool that you can still get a manual transmission in the all new Z. Manual transmissions are dying. This is a total enthusiast car, and it's awesome to see the manual transmission option. Immediately, you are greeted by this awesome looking 12.3-inch TFT digital cluster, and this is standard on all Z models. Now here's the infotainment screen in the center. This is a 9-inch infotainment screen. It looks pretty good, and the 9-inch comes standard on the performance trim of the new Z. If you go with the standard trim, you're gonna get an 8-inch infotainment display. It still gets you Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, 2 USB ports, all the stuff you need to keep you comfortable and get your tunes going. But if you do opt for this, the 9-inch screen right here, you are gonna get the Bose audio system included with that package. Up top, you've got 3 really good looking backlit gauges, and these are not digital, they're actually analog gauges, which is really cool. So you've got battery voltage right there. You've also got a boost gauge and oil pressure as well. And of course, you do have some more digital gauges on the cluster as well. So you're not just limited to what's up there. You can even configure these. So you can change the upshift indicator, G-force, another boost gauge on the digital side over here, engine oil temp, water temp, oil pressure, diff oil. So a lot of gauges, a lot of info, exactly what you need in a sports car to stay on top of all your temperatures. And just like the rest of the Japanese manufacturers, Nissan is pushing pretty hard with their safety tech, and that's no different on this new Z. So you're gonna get automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, blind spot warning, lane departure warning, rear cross traffic alert, high beam assist, and intelligent forward collision warning. Take a peek in the back hatch here. So that just opens with that little button there, and then you can lift the whole top portion up. And you can see the cargo space. I mean, it's a slope back sports car, so there's not a ton of room back here, but you could fit a couple things if you need to. No back seats, obviously. You have this big brace in the center. But other than that, pretty basic back here. Now this is not a ground up redesign compared to the 370Z, but it is a major overhaul. So this does use the same chassis code as the 370Z, which is Z34. And that means it's got the same exact wheelbase as the outgoing 370Z. So you're looking at a 100.4 inch wheelbase. It also has the same exact width as the 370Z, so 72.6 inch width and a 51.8 inch height off of the ground. But the one difference in measurements is the length. The new Z is about 5 inches longer than the 370Z at 172.4 inches. One of the big design features on this new Z is this piece of trim above the window right here. It kind of looks like the blade of a sword. That's exactly what they were going for, as a Japanese katana sword. So it gets wider down here, and yeah, it does look like a sword blade. It's pretty cool. So yeah, just one more general walk around to look at the design of this new Z. You can see the grille up front. I think that's a really cool design element. Looks like some nice materials there. Good looking headlights, and you know, just classic sports car with the sloping roofline there, long hood, and yeah, just one final walk around here so you can get a good look at all angles of this new Z up close and in person. There's 3 different trim levels on the new Z. The Sport, which is the lower end one, gets a manually adjustable driver and passenger seat, push button start, adaptive cruise control, automatic climate control, auto dimming rear view mirror. So still, you know, very well equipped with standard equipment. If you go up to the performance trim, that's gonna add heated leather seats and 4-way power adjustable seats on both sides. And then there's the Proto spec, which is limited to 240 units. I'm sure you can guess why it's 240 units, but that's going to give you yellow interior accents, yellow calipers, bronze 19-inch forged wheels, and then a special shift knob on the manual models, as well as suede and cloth door trim. Nissan has not come out with an exact 0 to 60 time on this car, but they do say that the engine's power bump over the old 370Z is good for a 15% improvement in 0 to 60 mile per hour acceleration. And if that's true, we should expect the 0 to 60 time on this new Z to be somewhere in the 4.5 second range. So there you go, an up-close and in-person look at the all-new 2023 Nissan Z. Should Toyota be worried with their Supra, because that's what the Z is really gunning after? I think they should be a little bit worried. Now clearly we don't know how this drives yet, and that's going to be the big question when you compare this new Z to the Supra. And we also don't know pricing on this new Z, and that's going to be a major factor into the Z versus Supra battle as well. We should know pricing either later this year or early next year, but what we do know is that the 3-liter Supra starts at just over $50,000, but there is a cheaper 2-liter version of the Supra, and that starts in the mid $40,000 range. So some early rumors suggest that pricing on this new Z might start around the $35,000 mark. We're a little bit skeptical of that. We think it might be a little bit higher, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, of course, one of the big stories on this new Z when you compare it to the Supra that's definitely gonna make diehard Z fans happy is the fact that Nissan did their own development on this car. So it was all done by Nissan, unlike the Supra where Toyota partnered with the BMW. So this is a ground up Nissan car. Let me know what your thoughts are on the new Z down in the comments below. As soon as we can get into one and actually drive it, we will be doing that so we can give you our driving impressions on this new car. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to head on over to TFLcar.com so you don't miss any stories in the automotive world. Catch you in the next video.